the presentation project. So wanted to share and explain a little bit about what this is. So the Illustrator presentation is basically the combination of studying what these masters do and what you know already about Illustrator. So let me read the description. The combination of studying the masters and learning their approaches is a valuable asset in your Illustrator development. I want you to research and find a current illustrator whose main tool is Adobe Illustrator. The designer or illustrator could be in several different fields. Those could be infographics, technical illustration, children's illustration, poster design, advertising, typography, and the list goes on. So during this week, week 8, you need to research and find a current illustrator. And I want you to use the list that I have out here for some inspiration. I want you to find an illustrator whose style matches yours. You don't have to use one that's listed here. Many students, after going through this list, find one that just is a perfect fit for them. Others go out and hunt a little bit and find another illustrator that may not be on this list. I would encourage you to do that. And if you do find one that's not on this list, please check with me to make sure that that illustrator would be a great choice. Then, during this week, notice there was a discussion item that says week 8. You need to then request your illustrator in discussions, and it is on a first come, first served basis. I'll show you that in a moment. So the project is actually due week 14. So you are going to design and record a presentation. We'll talk more about the recording piece in a few weeks. Once you've recorded your presentation, you are going to post it privately to YouTube. The presentation link will then be shared in discussions, week 14 presentation links. All presentations should be completed and posted in that spot, D2L discussions by week 14. The presentation should include visuals that are interesting and that demonstrate the illustrator's style. We want to see work done by that illustrator. We want to recognize things that that illustrator has done. A second component of this presentation is a demonstration of a technique or particular feature used by that illustrator, and you're going to demonstrate that. So you're going to figure out what your illustrator does, what kind of a technique do you see used often, and then you are going to teach us, the rest of the class, about that technique in Illustrator. So the length of the presentation, try to stay around 5 minutes. Don't go huge long, but of course you want to have a little bit of materials in there. So around 5 minutes is the perfect amount. And here's the grading rubric for this presentation. There is a discussion link, and that's the piece that needs to be completed during this week. Select an illustrator you wish to present. You're going to find that illustrator, and then you need to post it. Once you've clicked and created your illustrator, you have it. Again, it's on a first come, first serve basis. So if one student chooses Russell Benfanti, you're going to start a new thread and put that illustrator's name right in the subject. Now, once you've done that and you've submitted it, you've posted it, if you're the first person, then you've got it. And it'll be easy to see by the times that are recorded, so there shouldn't be any confusion or any duplication of illustrators. So that's the first part of this Illustrator presentation. More details will come as we get closer to week 14.